again. You crossed the bridge after killing the big old monster lad that Krook had mostly one-on-one because he went up to it and stabbed it a bunch and got covered in acid. After draining its head and sticking it on one of his remaining javelins after removing one of the other skulls, you proceeded through into the kind of hangar area where you first met the ghost lady, and found that aside from a number of corpses that had also been killed by the monster you fought, there were a bunch of Dirks and cultists facing off against this group of kind of hooded martial artists that were using various kind of like staves and other weapons to try and defeat these boys. Krook cut a swathe through the cultists and also stabbed one of the other guys that you hadn't met yet, who, after closer inspection, realized were also Kenku.
I've also realised how fucked we are. Tank's not here.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, you guys, like, whilst it's difficult to get all of you in the same place, you have a bunch of other people around.
Yeah, we have backup tanks.
You do, but yeah, they're kind of leaving most of it to you unless it's desperate situations, because they like given like situations that you've all done at once have been very easily overcome. So they're like, you guys have got this. We can kind of chill. We've had enough stress already. So yeah, as you proceeded through, you decided not to follow down the two routes that you'd seen before, and instead following where the ghost had originally appeared from. Also where the Kenku kind of martial arts lads retreated to after Krook had dispatched most of their enemies, and also tried to kill one of them. One of them did come up behind Krook and like jab him in like the small of the back, for like freezing him up for a few rounds.
That's because he stabbed them.
Yeah, he did stab them, and then in retaliation, he was stunned. And they made their escape through a room, which once you guys got there, it comes to a little corridor into this kind of 20 by 20 foot square room, with a number of circular plates on the floor, walls, and ceiling. Which, when you stepped on them, they kind of lit up a little bit. And the first one you encountered, I think you dropped like a dagger or something on it. Oh no, you so I remember now. Oak summoned the doggos again, and sent them off into the room. When they stepped on the pressure plates, some of them, the plates lit up, and a number of them, holes opened in the ceiling, and they levitated up into the ceiling and were gone. Some of them went sideways, some of them went into the floor. And with a bit more messing around, with throwing some daggers and various other things, you figured out... Yes. You figured out that it was possible to, if you kind of activated one of the 4 center ones, it opened a much larger hole in the ceiling. Which, trying to jump between the plates, Burial got caught in that one and fell upwards into this large ceiling cylinder, and found herself standing on a grill, this kind of mesh stuff, with beneath it this kind of circular apparatus with lots of blades that ended in these upward-facing smaller plates that look very similar to the ones below. Krook also, I think, at one point fell down and nearly landed on Burial. And after a bit of messing around, Burial cut a hole in the... I think, Krook and Burial managed to cut a hole through the mesh and spun the apparatus below them. This kind of almost like large fan blade setup, but with these kind of odd plates on each blade. Which caused the plates to light up. And as that happened, you started lifting upwards, and beneath you, the ceiling for you guys, but the floor for Oak, opened up beneath the cylinder you'd fall into, creating this much longer tube for you guys, which you kind of drifted down as if there were no gravity. And that's where we left off.
What the fuck?
Well,
It
that's
basically
fine.
found and activated an anti-gravity tube. Well, a zero gravity tube at least. It was previously anti-gravity before they messed around with some stuff. But yeah, I believe that Burial and Krook both like push downwards to try and get into the middle again, and just about caught themselves on the edge of the lip before falling down further. So Burial and Krook are currently hovering in the middle of the room, with Oak standing in the corridor next to everyone else.
Right. What we should do?
Doesn't Creek have the ropey thing?
Oh yeah.
He does, yes.
So I guess the easiest thing to do would be to have him. Am I allowed to just take control of Crook while Tom's not here?
You can ask him to do things, and he might comply.
Am I going to have to do a roll?
Well, it depends how outrageous the request is.
Simple enough. He shoots the cable at the door at the door we're trying to get through. I hold onto him as he reels it in, and we just sort of go flying in that direction.
Right, we're gonna see. Pick odd or even.
Odd.
Oh, table. You're in luck. He's feeling agreeable today.
Hooray!
Creek's mood is decided by a dice roll.
Well, it's like he doesn't think it's a bad idea, but he's kind of like on principle whether he actually wants to do anything that was Burial's idea or not. So yeah, he kind of extends his arm. He's kind of like floating upside down at this point. I assume you grab onto like one of his arms or his legs or something like that. And he kind of fires it out towards the opposite door, kind of embedding in one of the walls. And there's kind of like a bit of recoil as if he starts spinning backwards. But as the thing catches on, you kind of the tension of the reel like snaps him back, and he's able to kind of reel himself in with you attached,
Right.
and you reach the door. However, everyone else is still on the opposite side of the room.
Well, that's their problem, ain't it? They've got to do something about that.
Can you not fire the line
We're the ones that took the.
and lock it on your side and latch it to ours?
Ask Crook.
It's attached to Krook's arm, so basically, like, the only way he could like prevent it from going anywhere would be to base himself against the wall, or against the doorway, I guess.
Can we? Is there like a panel behind the door that we can try beside the door that we can try and open?
Not that you can see. This door appears to be, unlike most of the doors you've encountered, this one seems to be a push door.
Oh. So it's got just like a door handle.
Yeah. And it doesn't appear to be locked.
Right. Let's not open it yet. What am I thinking? Yeah, we should try and drag people over. At least a couple people, and then investigate what's on the other side of the door. Because there might be a way to turn the plates off. You know?
Alright.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
I vote Burial.
Burial's already
I'm
there.
already-
We can't do that this time.
I vote Burial a second time.
No. That'd defeat the entire purpose of the situation.
What NPCs are with
Well-
us?
Yeah, true.
Because I actually don't know who's with us at this point anymore.
Pretty much everyone's with you at the moment. No one's left you since the last fight.
Okay. Does any of them want to go?
they're kind of not sure what's going on because like they're kind of mostly standing at the back and can't see what's ahead of them.
Okay.
For reference, this is what the middle of the floor looks like. Because there's currently a tube in the middle.
Just one of you, and then come over.
Okay.
Please.
Okay.
So how are you attempting to get over?
If Krook's grapple hook thing works.
So the question is, are you trying to get like Krook to grapple you, or like the wall, or what?
Well, I thought we could get Krook to fire it over. We tie it down on our side somehow, and then we all like shimmy across it.
Yeah, actually.
He can try and embed it in the wall. There's not really much on your side to tie it to, except for the door, which will move around a lot.
So it's better to just embed it in the wall.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that can be easily done. For those of you on that side, to get across, it will require an acrobatics check to use the reel to get across the gap.
Okay. Hang on. Yeah. No, not plus 55. Fucking hell.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
that's quite wrong.
Reaver manages to kind of shimmies along the rope, careful not to step on the plates in front of her. And once over the gap, you're able to kind of like just pull yourself along because you're not being pulled down by gravity at this point. And then coming back onto where Krook is at the other end, I will make a strength check for Krook because he's having to hold this up against your weight. He's not doing so well, but he's pretty strong, so he's just about holding on. But he does look like
aren't I like the
he's
second
being
lightest
pulled.
or something?
Huh?
Aren't I like the second lightest or something?
You're a blooming dragon.
You are
Dragonborn.
I am also a
you're
rogue
6
though,
foot tall.
so
Being a rogue doesn't make you lighter though.
Yeah, I was about to
it
say.
makes me dexterous. Or in my case,
Beaver doesn't
more,
even
more
make you that.
wisdom. So
Thing is, like, being a rogue doesn't make you dexterous. Just dexterous rogues are more successful. So you have more skills that allow you to utilize it, but innately you're not lighter anyway.
never mind. I was going to ask something, but I remembered what it actually means.
All right.
I was going to ask about my expertise, but it's only 2 things I'm proficient in it that it gets a bonus to, not all of them. So yeah. Never mind about that.
Oh man, if rogues had expertise in every skill, that'd be fucking insane.
Very overpowered.
I would literally be my thief character in Skyrim right now, who's like 100 sneak, brilliant at pickpocketing, brilliant at picking locks.
I think it is possible to get expertise in like about half the skills if you play your feats right. Because if you take feats like skilled and then one of the Anathakana ones, like skilled expert or whatever,
Yeah.
then you can stack up those skills, but like it's a pretty big sink of resources. But yeah, Reaver is across. However, Krook looked like he might have been struggling towards the end there.
How's he gonna fare with the other tank? I can't remember his name.
Kainen.
That's it.
Kainen doesn't look quite as heavy as Krook does. Like he's pretty well muscled, but he's more lean.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's going next?
I want to see what's through the door.
Uh.
I'm already across.
Can we get Oak on this side first? Oh, Luke, can you try and come over?
Yeah, sure. How big's the gap?
So the gap is, if I go to, if you look in campaign chat, that's what the room looks like. Each of those circles/squares is 5 feet.
5 feet, so 10 feet across.
The gap is 10 feet, the room is 20
Yeah.
feet, and each of the plates either side activate something.
We've got a rope across that you can just climb.
Well, you can attempt to
It's-
climb.
Would that be an athletics check or an acrobatics check, though?
Acrobatics, I would say, because
Or
you're trying to balance along a rope.
jumping would be athletics, wouldn't it?
Well, it depends. What's your strength score?
Strength? That's a +1.
Is it a 12 or a 13?
12.
Okay, so with a run up of about 10 feet, you can jump 12 feet.
So,
To get further than that, you need an athletics check. I think next time Krug gets an ability score improvement and boosts his strength to 20, he can jump 20 feet just by default. But yeah, basically the question is, how are you getting how are you trying to avoid the plates in front of you? Are you using the rope? And basically that's the combination of things here.
okay.
Use the rope. Be easier.
Alright, I'll use the rope.
Alright, acrobatics check.
If I die now, it's your fault, Steph.
I mean, I got to say, it's probably more my fault. I'm the one that had the plan.
12.
Oh, no, it was Steph. What'd you
12.
get? Ooh.
Alright, you're able to get over the gap, but you kind of as you're trying to shimmy across, kind of you lose your grip for a little bit, and you start drifting slowly upwards. What do you do?
Sorry, I didn't hear that. You cut out.
So you get over the gap, at which point you you lose your grip, and you start kind of slowly drifting upwards. You're not falling, but you're kind of very slowly drifting away from the rope.
Swim in midair.
I
See if
guess
that
I'm
works.
gonna I guess I'm gonna try jump if I can towards the rope.
Well, the thing is, what are you pushing off of? Because it's a big gap above you that you're floating into.
So, can I move my body so I can swing more towards the rope?
I'm trying to think. Make a dexterity check.
Okay.
You are kind of somewhat maneuverable in terms of your mechanical body, but I'm trying to think.
12 again.
Jesus.
12 again. Great. Yeah, just so you're aware, this is like an anti-gravity column you're in. So imagine you're in space and you're drifting away from the line you're supposed to be holding onto. That's the kind of vibe we're going for here. You managed to twist yourself around so that you could, if you got in reach, you'd be able to get it, but you're still moving away from it.
Can I reach out to grab it then?
It's out of your reach.
Can I swim midair? I don't know.
I don't think you have the strength to displace that much air.
Am I just gonna have to accept my fate then? Because there's not much else I can do.
Use lightning, you law.
That's
I
the
don't
other
have
character.
lightning lord. That was
Oh,
Lucifer.
good point. Good points. Sorry.
Is anyone else doing anything? As you
Can
watch
I,
Oak slowly
Yeah,
float
you
to the
could
ceiling.
Can I
I
try
don't
and
know. Help me.
go back across to where he is and try keep hold of the rope but reach out to him?
Make an acrobatics check.
Okay. Oops. Oof.
Yeah, so similar to Oak, you kind of manage to shimmy across, but like just before, like a little bit before the hole, you slip and fall, and you're drifting downwards as he's drifting upwards.
Okay.
Amazing.
Can I long shot? Can I tie a bit of rope to one of my arrows and fire it?
You can
Someone
try.
can grab it, or it embeds in a wall.
Where are you firing?
One of you catch the rope.
I mean, better for you to just shoot it at the wall and then we can pick it up, but okay.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Yes.
How
The
about
question is where?
over on our side? Actually, is the door made out of wood, or is it still
No.
metal? Right.
It's still metal, but it seems to be a lot lighter.
Okay. Shoot it towards us.
That's what I was gonna do. There's no point in me firing it at the other end.
I mean, there are other people. Whatever.
Yeah, but
All
your
right.
side is the way we need to go.
Yeah.
All right. Make an attack roll.
Oh god. Where's my bow? I got 12.
Okay, that's enough to hit the wall. By where they are. So Krug is currently holding onto the other rope. Burial, you're the only person there that can pick up the arrow with this kind of hempen rope attached to it. Which is moving slightly slower because it is covered in, rope.
I'm going to pick up the rope and twist it around Crook's arm.
He kind of looks at you and says, "What you doing?"
Like an anchor.
You're an anchor now.
He kind of shakes his head in kind of disbelief.
Pull myself across with the rope so I don't drift off.
But yeah, so you now you do feel like I'm assuming you hold on to the other end of the rope.
Well, yeah.
So yeah, you do feel a tug as you're kind of like at the end of the. Actually, hang on, how far would that be? You still you're still kind of spooling out, like depending on where you're holding the rope, because the rope is like 50 foot long, and there's only 10 foot of it above the hole that you're in. So, assuming that you hold a closer bit than the full 50 feet,
Well, yeah.
you're able to kind of like hang on a little bit, and you do feel the rope kind of hit against the edge, and you slowly start drifting upwards.
Can I throw the
Meanwhile,
end to
Oak
Luke?
is also drifting all the way upwards.
Can I try and
so
throw the end to Luke?
your end of the rope.
Not my end. Like I'm not holding. Like I'm holding a bit of the way in. I've got the other end in my hand.
Okay.
I'm gonna toss in the rest of the rope.
Sure. So yeah, make an attack roll, and Oak make a. I guess. What the fuck would that be? I guess this is kind of a weird choice here, but you can do athletics or sleight of hand.
I'll do athletics. I'm
catching
good.
is like a. Yeah, I don't know what catching is supposed to be, but yeah.
Because catch it because there's like 40 feet of rope being thrown at you.
Yeah.
I got 8.
All right, it's gonna be a difficult catch.
5.
You got that one.
So, yeah, Reaver, as you kind of throw the rope upwards, it kind of like displacing that amount of force. You kind of like throwing the rope pushes you downwards a little bit, and also you don't quite because you haven't quite adjusted for zero gravity throws. the you don't aim close enough for Oak to be able to catch it, and as he kind of like grabs for it, he doesn't make any progress.
Crook can simply retract his hook and then fire it at Oak.
Sure.
Crook shrugs, and then kind of he's gonna
Won't that
Question
count as
is-
an attack though? And hurt Oak?
So
Yes.
it does. However, I need to check something because I think it's not an attack roll; it's a saving throw. Because I wrote that magic item strangely. Give me a second. All right, creatures. So, question, Oak, are you resisting?
Resisting what exactly?
Arrest.
You see a glowing
A
hook
grappling hook.
shooting directly towards you.
Can I try catch it?
Well, it looks like it's going to embed into your body.
So yeah, can I try catch it?
Alright, so you willingly failed the strength save. That's what I'm asking.
No.
Can he catch it instead of letting it embed in his body?
Yeah. Like
It shoots out with the speed of an arrow. So unless you're a monk, no.
what the hell am I supposed to do in this situation? Like, I don't fucking know. Being that I'm at like mostly max health, sure, I'll let it hit me.
You take 3 damage.
Thanks, guys.
And you kind of watch as as it hits you, you kind of spin around in like this kind of weightless area, and the chain wraps around you, and then Krook, you kind of see him like twist his hand, and the reel starts like wrapping back up, and Oak is rapidly pulled towards Krook, and lands in a heap on top of him in the doorway.
Nice.
You are heavier than Krook by a considerable margin, because you are made of metal and wood.
Well, I'm glad that I'm at least with you guys. I'm just gonna pry out, like, you know, the hook and everything out of my body.
He's now got this gouging hole in the side of you.
Exactly, like, that only took 3 damage.
But yeah,
Am I there now? Am I still on the other side now?
you're still kind of drifting downwards.
Good.
Want to like climb the rope and pull myself back up?
All right. Yeah, if you come on the rope, then yeah, you can get to the edge of the hole. And for expediency's sake, I'll allow you to get across the last bit. Everyone else, however,
I'm just gonna wrap my rope back up.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, sorry, there's someone at the door. I may have missed anything that was said in the past 20 seconds. I don't know.
I'm just rolling my rope back up.
Okay.
Jesus.
Yeah, now you've just got your 4 companions on the opposite side. Kind of looking like, what the fuck?
This is why they shouldn't leave us unsupervised.
Should we try and help them get across, or should we just leave them?
Should we just leave them?
Really? You're asking that
Wow.
question while they're there?
Yes.
Alright, so
So, Burial, you're gonna have to make like a strength saving throw for them to not kill you.
seeing the gap, Kaine kind of like runs back, like he kind of jogs back, takes a run up, and leaps before the edge of the room. He rolled pretty well. He rolled a 19. Actually, no, he rolled a fucking 22. And you watch as he kind of leaps across this room, clears the gap by quite a considerable distance. Uses his the butt of his glaive to kind of pole vault him into the doorway as he kind of jumps over the rest of you at high speed.
Okay.
Dale is also kind of like looking less confident. Is going to try something as well. She also takes a run up. Let's see how far she can get. With these guys, I forget how strong Dale is. She's actually pretty. She's stronger than I think everyone in this party except Krug.
That ain't hard with me.
No, most of you aren't super high strength. Actually, don't. What is Oak's strength?
+1, so not that high.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
12.
Alright, she didn't do as well. She does have athletics though, so it's not the worst. Yeah, you watch as she kind of she also takes a running jump, but doesn't quite clear the gap. But before the edge of it, you watch she kind of reflexively touches this kind of object strapped to her hip, and you watch this kind of flash of light. You watch these kind of after images in kind of blue, magenta, and purple trace behind her as she careens into the doorway, probably crashing into one of you guys.
I'm gonna move. So she don't hit me.
I am weak wizard. Sorcerer. I'm a sorcerer.
I've got to check the strength of the other two because I don't have them in the same document. I think that Tropos is probably not going to have much of an issue. I'm more worried about Nalu because she's not the strongest. Give me a moment. Gotta find the pages. Alright. Yeah, so she is a bit more acrobatic, so she might be alright. But so Tropos is fine. I forgot his jump and Misty Step. So if he wanted to, he could get most of the way across. I think, yeah, he kind of nods at Nalu, and she kind of gives him like a knowing look. And you watch as Nalu kind of does a run up, and Tropos kind of closes his eyes, kneels down, and you watch this kind of brief flash of like iridescent light shine around his legs, and you watch Nalu kind of leaps into the air, and Tropos also jumps, but with this kind of almost like grasshopper like leap as his kind of legs uncoil, and he leaps into the air, giving Nalu kind of a boost as he does, and they both sail into the doorway, less gracefully than some of you, but they do get across.
Yay.
What about the fire genasi? Is he still with us?
That's a point. He's on the other side, like looking like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Let me check. What can the closet do? Because the closet's also here. You just can't see him.
Was it just starts levitating across?
Yeah.
Well, it can stick to walls. Can he not just go across the wall?
I think there are pads on the wall, aren't there?
Are they?
I think so.
Oh man. Alright, let's have a look. So, the closet turns into a bat and flies across, and then changes back. But Nathan's on the other side, like, kind of like, okay.
What do I do?
Yeah, he doesn't know what's going on.
Is this
he-
Nathan?
Yeah.
Well, we could do the grapple hook thing, and he can, like, I don't know, tie his belt in himself to the rope, and just so he doesn't float away.
Do you communicate that to him?
If he wants.
Because he's looking like he's like trying to judge the gap and seeing if he can jump.
I say that to him, like, you know, if you want to do it, we can try it.
He kind of looks at Krook, and kind of like looks back, kind of like gives you like a, "Are you sure?"
Krook, can you try and do the grapple hook in the wall again?
He shrugs, and then fires. Nathan kind of flinches as it hits the metal wall embedding. And Nathan's gonna make a check to try and get across.
I mean, can he not like wrap it around his hand and then Krook just pulls him across?
He'd have to pull it out of the wall, and he's not. He's still pretty kind of running on adrenaline from the numerous fights you guys have been in.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, he kind of like using this kind of like silver chain as a guide. He kind of hangs onto it and like tries to swing out into the room, but he clips himself on the first pad, and starts getting like dragged upwards before he hits the anti-gravity zone, and kind of just starts like floating upwards into the tube.
I said to tie himself to the chain with his belt or something.
He wasn't listening.
Shoot him with a rope arrow.
Yeah, but my arrows do more than the grapple hook damage does.
Okay, fair enough.
I'll enchant them if you.
That would make it
Just
worse.
do a bit
I'm pretty
more.
sure.
What was that, James?
Pretty sure don't shoot them. No shooting.
No, that's why I didn't shoot Luke with an arrow, because he does more than the grappling hook.
So yeah, Nathan, you kind of hear like a shout and then like a dull thud, as he kind of like clunks against something in the ceiling.
Okay.
A couple seconds pass, and he just yells down, "He's like, I'm gonna try something. He goes," and you kind of hear kind of like a grunt of effort, and you watch him slowly kind of fly past, like back into the room, but now heading towards the hole in the floor. Does anyone do anything?
Time my rope to the chain and an end to me, so I don't float away.
Right.
And then try and get him.
So you try and go back across the chain.
Yeah, with one end tied to the thing, so I don't float away.
Alright, I mean you could like pretty easily throw the rope from here if you wanted to.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. I keep forgetting how big the actual room is.
Yeah, it's not a massive room.
It's not massive,
but the column is very deep though, which can confuse. But yeah, you can either make an athletics check or a attack roll to try and throw this thing at this guy. Both are strength based though.
Fun times. Where are you going?
Can someone like stand behind me so I don't get, pulled into the room? Like keep holding me so I don't get dragged into the room.
I'm gonna say that I'll do that.
Right.
I'm heavy enough to.
Yeah, but use more. Yeah, less your strength, more your weight that's kind of bracing her. 10. Okay, it's gonna be a difficult catch for him, but he's gonna try. He fails miserably, and drifts slowly back into the lower cylinder.
Okay.
He kind of you kind of see him comedically kind of flail for the rope, but it kind of sails past him, and he's unable to catch it.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to, pull it back and do that again.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm gonna say for like the sake of time, because this is just gonna be a number of rolls for not much result. However many times he has to do it, he will jump up and down until you catch him, and eventually bring him across.
Okay.
And yeah, you guys are now all in the corridor because I can't be fucked to do that for another 10 minutes. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, you're now in this corridor, which similar to the room you're just in, doesn't have the red lighting. This is kind of like a very dull, but easy to see by kind of white, like bluish white light. And hello, we've got Tom here.
Hello.
Tom, you missed the antics of people jumping across the anti-gravity chamber.
Oh, damn it. So
You shot a few people.
Oh, I shot a few people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with
with your grapple hook.
the reel.
Oh, did I?
Yes,
You
on
harpooned Oak.
Burial's idea, you harpooned Oak.
Nice. Alright then, so what's happened so far?
That.
Just
You've all
Literally
just
that.
got across.
very good.
Yeah, we spent like half an hour chatting beforehand, so we didn't start till late anyway, so we've not got much done so far.
Right then.
But yeah, you are now in the corridor on the opposite side of the room, which
Nice.
is relatively well lit. But yeah,
Right, what are we doing then, people?
About to go through a door. I think.
Sure.
so yeah, as you head down the corridor, the door at the end is another one of these kind of light metal push doors. Still not like super light. It's like not. It's a little bit heavier than wooden doors that you're used to, but not quite as a better make than the cast iron ones in Burial Cell, for example, or when you found Nathan. These doors do appear to be part of the facility as opposed to bolted on by the cultists at a later date.
That's good. Yes.
Does Luke know it took us an hour and a half to get through a door?
Yep.
This one's unlocked, so
Okay.
it should take like half the amount of time to get through it.
Exactly.
I was just curious if he did know.
But yeah, as you open the door into this room, you kind of enter into like what is initially kind of a bizarre sight for you guys, because the most of this place is this kind of like brushed metal, lots of light, lots of kind of seemingly magical lighting, and various other things. This room that you enter into is kind of still the same walls and stuff, but the interior is covered with things like wooden boxes, vases, pots, like hempen sacks, the stuff that you'd expect to find in a regular dungeon, as opposed to one like this. It's kind of almost jarring to see something so familiar. I should find an image actually. Not for you guys, but I just remind me what's actually in here.
Can we check for loot?
Give me one sec. That's why I'm trying to figure out what because I've got a reference image for this. Give me a sec. I need to look something up. There we go. Okay. So there it is. That's the one I'm looking for. So yeah, there's a number. There's swords. There's kind of a few kind of small sacks which look like they contain coins. There's
taking them.
candles, scrolls.
I'm taking the coins.
Uh,
Mine.
All right. Give me a second. I just need to find the other thing. That's the one.
How many coins do I have? 1 minute.
I think you probably do have some coins, but they're in old currency. So they're probably
No,
worth a
like
lot, but you couldn't exchange them for.
I have 36 gold pieces and 5 silver from the old campaigns we did. Like I think it was the last one and the one before.
Question mark. Old campaigns.
Oh, not old sessions, older sessions.
Right.
I
mean,
have
that's
a lot of
fine.
money. I have a lot
Because
of
he
money.
keeps stealing the money.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. Just remind me of that. But yeah, so among the various things in this room, there is what looks like a loot. There are a number of pots and vases. There's a coat stand. There's a couple of skulls actually.
Ooh.
One appears to be a small dragon skull.
Ooh.
You see a relatively intact, kind of almost comical like wizard's hat on the floor. There's a box containing a few kind of like clear vials that have various coloured liquids inside.
I will claim those.
I want the gold. I want the gold. Give me the gold.
Give me the gold.
So, as you kind of rush in to grab the bag of what you assume is gold, and you see like around it there are a couple of gold coins on the floor.
Oh no.
You see from out.
I'm gonna try and stop myself. I got too excited.
You see coming from out from under the sack a little like a little spindly black hand that like grabs one of the coins and pulls it back in.
I'm gonna try and like skid to a halt and be like, no shit, wait, no, I got overexcited.
Do
Danger,
we?
danger.
Where's the bloody imp?
What was it?
Yeah. Is it still with us? That's not it.
It's a bat at the moment.
Cool.
Can I like poke the coin purse or the bag of coins with like my rapier and just like poke it?
It doesn't move or anything. It like the sound it makes sounds like a bag of coins. Let's check this out real quick. Also,
Can I like put my rapier on one of the coins and like try and slide it towards me?
make a sleight of hand check.
Hang on, I want to know what. Okay.
Alright, hang on, let me check.
27.
Nice. So yeah, you kind of like easily kind of like scrape one of these coins away. Also, oh fuck, where is that in the room? Jesus Christ. Sorry, I've got my notes are very disorganized for this area, because I wrote them up a while ago. But there are a couple of doors to this room, on the right and left, and kind of one of them is kind of like you can see just the top of it behind this kind of partition that you noticed like some of the nobility use for like changing behind and stuff like that in fancy homes and shit. Because I don't think many of you. I think Beryl is like the closest to like having interacted with nobility.
Yeah.
Out of the party. You kind of recognize you've seen some of these in kind of elven homes you've been in. This kind of changing partition, but you see kind of one of the doors open behind it, and a a cultist walk in, having not noticed you yet. They look around confused because only Reaver I think is actually like charged into the room yet, and she's out of view of it. But everyone else from the doorway can see this guy walk in, look around, and behind it, Reaver, you're able to see this kind of shadowed by some boxes in front of you. But you watch as this kind of thing walks in. You watch a dirk come in behind it, snap its neck, and then kind of drag its body out of the door and start putting its robe on. And you watch as the dirk kind of morphs and transforms and becomes what you saw as the cultist before.
Doppelgangers! Yay!
Excellent.
Can I like hide?
You can make a stealth check. You're already behind some boxes because the room's kind of full of like random garbage.
Do we at the door know anything is wrong?
You saw, you kind of seen just behind the partition something going on, and you did briefly see a cultist hit the floor face first and then be dragged backwards.
Oh yeah, so something.
And you've also seen
sketchy
Reaver kind of
going.
like staring wide-eyed and then like hide behind the boxes.
Let's hide as well.
I got 20.
Alright. Stealth checks.
Sure.
Sure. Oh no.
Oh god, Beryl.
Oof. Okay.
Big oof.
What did she get?
5.
Oof. I got 14.
Nice. Okay. Sorry, I'm just checking something.
Luke.
What?
Stealth check.
Why are we stealthing? God damn it.
There's
Because
something scary coming.
a dirt come out of the hallway, broke a cultist's neck and took its place.
Right, so if that's the case, then we're doing stealth checks.
Yes. Beryl got a 5.
I'm assuming that. Okay. I'll use pass without a trace.
Alright, everyone gets a plus 10 to their stealth checks.
Okay, that means I got 30.
24 even.
I got 15. Hooray!
Yeah.
Is it +1 for me? 1 minute. Just need to double check.
Unless you're proficient, then yeah.
Yeah, it is +1. But yeah, 19. At least that helped everyone else.
That's like 29, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it should be plus 11. So yeah, you just, like Oak in the shadow of the doorway, like you kind of blend into the material of the wall. Like even like Burial and Kruger staying right next to you find it difficult to see you.
Yes.
As you kind of whisper this kind of ancient druidic chant, and shadows cling to your companions. Reaver is also like almost undetectable. She kind of like she's like by some boxes next to the coat rack, and the cloak she's wearing just looks like one of the like coats fell off on the ground. So like she's pretty well hidden. And Krook and Burial, despite kind of need tripping over, Burial kind of like hunches next to the doorway, and Krook kind of watches out from behind it, both cloaked in shadows. And yeah, so yeah, you watch as this kind of cultist in inverted commas walks into the room. Let me check something real quick. But yeah, he kind of looks around and then whispers in a language which I can't remember if you guys understand or not. Let me check real quick. Because okay, yeah, it speaks in common. to, which is not a language you've heard the cultists speak before. Before they've been speaking in either Relistran or a language that I think only Lucifer understood. Because I don't think any of you guys know Primordial.
Nope.
Dale does, because she's a justice. Both Dale and Nathan know Primordial, but I don't think anyone else does. I think technically Nalo as well, because she's a sea elf. But yeah, you watch. Yeah, he kind of comes into the room and in a voice that kind of like, it doesn't sound like this thing is repeating anything like most Kenku would. It sounds like this is like a genuine voice. He kind of goes over to a corner which you see is kind of this box that has like the potions in, and that has like the loot propped up next to it, with a few pots. And he goes down and whispers, "It's all clear, guys. You can come out." And you watch as a number of these items, the loot, you watch as these kind of trepidations, these kind of legs come out of the body of the loot, and like the kind of the arm of the neck of the loot kind of splits open into this kind of wide mouth as it kind of gets down. A couple of the potions, the strings attached to the corks kind of unfurl, and they kind of come out as legs and start climbing out the box. You see one of the skulls. You see like a number of little legs pop out, and it starts scuttling around. And a few of the pots kind of see little limbs waving about as they'll kind of chatter in this weird tone.
I'm just gonna like stop everyone there for a minute. I have, because we're streaming this, I also have the chat up. And someone started spamming fish.
It's not me.
I don't know
It
why.
sounds like it would be me, but it's not.
It's like, okay, sure.
What's the username? Is that anyone we know?
Sleepy Boy something. Sleepy Boy Online.
What?
No,
And I was
not
like,
ringing bells.
they sent 13 messages saying fish, something fishy, a fish emote. Someone say fish champ, and then I was just like, fuck off. I just timed them out.
Amazing.
Nice.
I get the sense that this is a person that has accidentally found the stream.
Probably.
Given, I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, you see a number of these creatures. Also, Reva, the little kind of bag of gold next to you. You watch from under your cloak that you're pretending to be kind of this coat. You watch as it kind of, like, two little hands like kind of grab the sack from underneath, and you see like a little like beady eye peek out. And once it doesn't see anyone, you see it kind of crouches up and starts like reaching to like collect the rest of the coins that are on the floor.
Oh,
I
I will
want
give
it.
you a little image
I
in
want
campaign
it.
chat.
Can I pick it up? I want it.
That's what it looks like.
Oh, he's cute. I want him.
oh, he's a baby.
I like him.
Can I like grab like the top bit of what would be the sack of coins and like lift it up? Is that thing still in the room?
Yes, it is.
Then I don't want to do
Please
that.
don't.
Okay.
I wasn't listening. I was too busy dealing
I
with
was
the
gonna
fish
say.
guy.
Yeah, a number of these inanimate objects have kind of like got up and started like wandering around or like jumping around this kind of Kenku, and he kind of goes up to the door, and you hear kind of the sound of what like sounds like a lock being put on it. And after a couple seconds, he kind of looks around, checks if there's anyone in the room. Doesn't see you guys because you guys are all fucking stealth to shit. And you watch as, kind of still wearing the cloak of the cultist, but it reverts into this kind of tall, long-limbed, kind of grey form. I will get you an image for that, lad.
That person's just followed.
No, no.
Amazing.
Oh, I got
Our first fan.
Well, whether
Jesus.
they follow or not, if they come back and do it again, I'll just ban them.
Right.
Make him
Uh,
go away.
Following
rude,
doesn't.
but okay.
Following doesn't.
Yeah,
give me permission to be a
doppelganger.
dick.
but yeah.
She's looking quite spooky.
I hate doppelgangers.
But yeah. You see, he kind of comes around. He like crouches down and starts kind of like checking over a bunch of these little creatures. Let's have a look. Yeah, you see let's have a look. Yeah, you see the one of the candles in the room that's like still burning. You can see kind of like a little like a singular kind of eye opens up, and a mouth kind of widens, and the little drops of wax turn into limbs, and it kind of runs up to him, jumping up and down. This thing's like only a couple of inches tall, and just kind of starts like he's chattering, but like occasionally you hear it say "Tallboy," and then kind of just run around in circles around his feet. And he says, "It's all right, Gilbert. Calm down."
Calm down.
Wait, so this guy has little tiny minion things.
It would appear so.
Is he friendly? Well, he's friendly to them.
Yeah, that much is obvious. He seems to be quite like whatever these creatures are. They seem to be kind of pretty. They seem to react well to him. They seem to recognize him and like the fact that he's here.
I think we should. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Wait until he leaves and not try and
Yeah,
initiate
I'm not
contact.
I'm not moving.
Yeah, Reaver, you kind of hear some movement from above you, and some of the like cloaks and coats on the rack kind of come off, and you can see these kind of like long, almost like they kind of almost look a little bit like almost, they're kind of like these bat-like wings, these kind of like little hooked claws at the end of on like the sleeves of like a tapestry.
Okay.
But yeah, most of the objects in this room have seemingly like come to life and are chattering about and jumping around.
Okay.
Nice.
And yeah, you watch as from the cultist pocket, this kind of tall grey figure pulls out like a number of coins and like tosses them towards some of the creatures, which kind of like happily gobble them up.
Aww.
Adorable.
But yeah, what are you guys doing?
Staying still.
Yeah. Keep watching.
Yeah. Can I make a perception check to see if there's any like growths between the walls?
Sure.
Something that I can just like mess with. There we go.
You're in the wrong chat.
What commands? Is that not the right one?
It says you're typing campaign chat for me, so
I was about to say.
Bot commands on my screen.
Yes. That's a 12.
looking around.
I
trying
keep
not to
using
move
12.
from the doorway. You don't see anything. Like the closest thing you see is like one of these kind of small plant pots in the corner, which you realize has grown eyes, and like from the bottom of the pot you see these kind of like long spindly legs come out and it starts walking around.
I'm guessing that's not a real plant then.
Yeah, you don't see any plant life in the room.
Well, maybe I could like make its like plant like grow a bit more. I don't know. Just to try like mess with.
But yeah, there's not really much like I don't think there's any plant life in the room that could like aside from areas where you've seen kind of like cracks in the ceilings and stuff. There's not really been any plant life in this facility. Most of it is like pretty closed off from the exterior, which is already cold anyway. So, well, isn't much plant life around here, unfortunately. But yeah, are you guys can do anything else except kind of like wait at this point?
Yes. Oh, well, no. I'm just gonna wait.
Can
I mean, I kind of want to fireball them.
Can I do anything to like see if he is, going to kill us on sight?
You can make an insight check.
I shall do that then. Oops. What's my insight? My insight is. Oh. It's apparently +7 because of whispers? Is that my ability? Whispers from the grave. That lets me be proficient in something.
Yes.
That'll be it. That'll be +7 then.
Fair enough.
25.
So it's kind of difficult to discern the features of this guy because he's kind of got this kind of it's basically just like it's very kind of oversimplified face. Like the fact that you can notice things like a shape changer obviously, so this must be like its form between that. But yeah, like the body language you see like doesn't appear particularly hostile. It does look on edge, like possibly waiting for something, but it doesn't seem to be like it's difficult to tell whether it's against you guys because it doesn't know you're there. But yeah, no, like, it doesn't appear to be innately hostile. You definitely think that if it found out you were in the room, that it would certainly become defensive. But you're not sure whether that would translate as attacking you or trying to defend itself or what. Like you get the sense that it would definitely be surprised if you were here.
Can I like
and
throw something to get it to not draw its attention to me, but to draw attention to where the noise was when it landed? Jesus, Luke.
What's happening?
where what landed? Oh, hang on. Okay, I explain. Where you throwing this?
Just
Not towards the door. Not towards the door.
Anywhere in the room. Just
what are you throwing?
Is there something near me that I can throw? That's what I'm asking first.
There are a couple of coins on the floor next to this little bag lad.
Can I try and like sneak a coin and throw it?
Make a sleight of hand check.
Also, I've banned that person because excited, so I can't fish again. They obviously didn't take the hit, so.
Nice.
12.
We have lost and gained our first fan.
So yeah, you kind of you sneak out a hand and grab one of the coins while you think this thing's not looking and toss it towards one side of the room. As you throw it and pull your hand back under the covers of your cloak, you kind of see like through the sliver of cloth that you can look under. This thing kind of looks around confused, and you see the kind of the figure referred to by one of the creatures as Tall Boy look around and kind of we can check for him. All right. You watch him kind of narrow his eyes and kind of look around. He doesn't say anything, but he definitely looks more on edge.
Okay. Someone should stand up and just shout, "Friend or foe?"
Taxi first, not me.
I'm good.
Well, because we are like stealth, and because I've got the most, can I just like come up behind him and just be like friend off?
No, that would make things worse.
You've got the most. I had 30.
You had 30. I thought you had 28.
Nope.
No, I had 20.
She had
Oh,
20
right,
and then
fair
And
enough.
then push yours. It's 30.
Fair enough. Well, you can do that then.
What? And then disappear again?
Very much.
Can I do that? Is that a thing?
If you move, you will certainly arouse suspicion because even with your stealth check, this is not a very big room, and a lot of the things are running around between you. So, like, seeing someone move, you have to be very careful, given that a lot of the objects that you'd be hiding behind could potentially be alive as well. So you could attempt to, however, you'd make a stealth check at disadvantage if you try to stick it behind him. Basically making a new stealth check because your stealth check at the moment is being convincing as a rug on the floor. You still have pass without trace, but yeah, to sneak up behind this guy, especially now he's on like he's alert that something's going on because of the coin. It would be difficult.
I'm
But
not.
not
Gonna,
impossible.
I'm not going to do it straight away. I want to wait and see if he does anything else because he's on edge.
All right. Hang on, I need to check my notes. He kind of crouches down in one of the corners and gathers, like gestures trying to gather these creatures together, and speaks in kind of hushed tones, which you can't make out without kind of. You'd have to make a perception check to try and figure out what they were saying.
What about passive perception of 22?
The thing is, like, these creatures are all chattering over it, so you can pick out words, but it's difficult to understand what they're saying. Like, they're also facing away from you, so you can't read their lips. You get the sense that, like, it's aware that something else is in the room, but because it doesn't know where it is, it's being very cautious. And it's kind of turned to the corner, so that things wherever. In case it looks behind, it looks over its shoulder. It's gonna make a perception check. Which is okay. Remind me what everyone's stealth checks were again.
30.
24.
15.
29.
Okay. Good to know. So he kind of goes to the corner and then stands up, and without turning around, just announces to the room, "I know you're there."
Ah.
Okay, now you can go friend or foe.
Burial, what are your surface thoughts at the moment? Amazing. Good to know. Yeah, it just says, there's no point in hiding, elf.
Ooh.
Fair enough. Right, I guess I step out from my hiding place. I say, greetings. I am Burial Oakblade. May I have your name?
He kind of turns its head to one side and asks, "What are you doing here?"
Good
And you also see
question.
that like a number of the the little creatures in the room, you see them like they've all kind of gone back to their hiding places and reverted back into the regular objects.
Oh, what? A bit
Um,
late, but okay.
Can I like pinch another coin?
I'm on a quest to defeat the cultists that are living within these ruins, and also to generally explore the mysteries of this place.
and out of interest, how much of that is truthful?
I mean, technically, it's all true.
Well, I guess, are you trying to hide anything from this guy?
You didn't mention the rift bit.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I'm trying not to think about the fact that I'm here with multiple people.
Okay, I would like you to make a deception check.
Okey-dokey. $19. Da, da, da.
Damn. Okay. Holy shit. Man.
This
Oh,
level of stealth is
man.
probably not needed.
I love this. It says to you, there are others here. A number of them, but I can't see them.
That may or may not be true, but they are my allies and nothing more.
So you said that may or may not be true, and you then just said,
Shut
yes,
up!
there is.
Shut up!
Yeah, it just kind of turns to you and looks you dead in the eyes. Like, I know your thoughts. There's no point in hiding them.
My thoughts go back to the fuck thing. It's
It kind of, like, if it had eyebrows, it looks like it's like doing an eyebrow raise. But it's kind of looks strange on this face that doesn't really have any distinct features.
Because all the creatures have gone back to being what they hide as. Could they see me now if I stand up?
Probably.
You have no idea.
Okay. Are they facing my direction, or is he facing towards the door where Burial and that are?
He's facing towards the door.
Okay. One of you should sneeze. Scare the shit out of him.
To be fair, everyone except you, Reaver, is in the doorway, so
Yeah. You
and
sneeze.
Burial stepped out of it. Yeah, for reference, that deception check, you got a 19, he got a 20. So he just pipped you. He doesn't know exactly where your friends are, but he knows there are friends.
I wanna do something.
Can I throw a coin at the back of his head?
No, I wanna do something better. So I wanna use Druidcraft, and just around Burial, I want to emit the smell of the skunk.
Oh.
Cool.
Why?
Yeah. Beryl, you kind of smell this kind of pungent stench emanate from around you.
Why? Why have you forsaken me, God?
Hell yeah.
Not much I can do but grin and bear it.
I hope he smells it as well.
Do you have prestidigitation, Burial.
Hold on. I don't think I do.
Instead of throwing a coin at the guy, can I throw it at Burial?
I do want to point out. I do want to point out that. I do want to point out, Jade, just so you know, that's a 5-foot cube. So
I
he
do not
might
have
be able to smell it.
I do not have prestidigitate, whatever.
Prestidigitation. I was just wondering because, like, with that spell, you could like waft away the smell, but
the most I can do is burn it.
thank God. Alright. Right. Yeah. So yeah, that's Oak doing Druidcraft.
One of these coins that I've picked up, gonna like try and nail Burial in the head with it, and then quickly hide.
Yeah, it's a faint odorous skunk. It's not strong.
Yeah.
It dissipates pretty quickly, but like, it's like. It's kind of like when someone farts next to you and you're not really sure who it is, except Beryl, you're pretty sure you know exactly who it was.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. What is everyone doing at this juncture?
I'm gonna flick one of the coins at Burial's head. And then hide again.
Alright, make an attack roll.
What would it be?
I think dex based.
What is it? That's the wrong sheet. So it'd be a +2 or +5. What would it be?
Just use whatever your bonuses for your bow.
It's a +5. Oh, I got 7.
I'm guessing that misses you. Burial.
Yeah, so just like a coin flies past my face.
Yeah, a coin flies past, and I assume both you and Tallboy look in the general direction of Reaver, who has reassumed the form of coat on the ground.
I throw a firebolt at Reaver so it lands at her feet.
I'm on the floor dressed as a rug.
Yeah.
Do you, so yeah, Reaver, you feel a blast of heat kind of appear next to you. How do you react?
I'm gonna stand up and like threaten to shoot her. Not actually fire it, just threaten.
You stand up and put a gun at Burial.
It's like, you fucking idiot. Like, you don't take it too far and throw fire around.
What the hell is that?
That's Luke.
Stop it, Luke.
No.
Yeah. You watch as Tallboy takes a step back, and kind of warily says, "What are your intentions here?"
Well, there is a rift that we're trying to
I'm
close.
just gonna shout
and...
friend or foe at him.
Friend or foe?
It's more nuanced than that.
We're all in the back, just like trying to mess with them.
God. Yeah. Even though like it's very difficult to see her in the corridor, you're pretty sure you can like feel like a sixth sense Dale's mighty eye roll at this fucking situation.
I am gonna load my weapon.
Completely warranted.
Like feeling the eye roll, I'm just gonna load my weapon.
I want to do a Druidcraft again, and just as Burial's trying to talk, I want to do a puff of wind right in their face. Just to be like, shh.
Why?
Burial, are you
Everybody's
thinking
an
of
idiot
Oakwin when this
except for me.
happens?
Everyone was talking then, I didn't hear anything.
Burial, are you thinking of Oak when this happens to you?
No.
Reva starts giggling because she knows it's Oak.
I mean, I know that someone's messing with me. I'm not sure. Well, actually, considering, I probably do realise it's Oak.
Yeah, considering that Reva's now laughing and giggling at you.
I was going to say I don't know who's doing it, but yeah, considering everything that's been happening, it's probably Oak.
Everybody is an idiot except for me.
But
Exactly.
yeah, no.
Fred,
see
he's
the,
good. Sure, let's go with that.
Oak, you see this guy look directly at you.
See?
I do the
As this
same thing to him.
And it says, "Step forward, Sentinel."
Well, I can't understand him, so I'm gonna puff air in his face.
True, that's very true. You don't understand common.
Exactly.
Why did two of you decide to build characters with inherent handicaps? Like,
They're not
Burial with a
really
wooden
handicapped.
hands.
Because it was part of the character concept that I had ages ago, and I wanted to use it.
An Oak with his lack of understanding common.
Well, he knows some words, just not all.
Hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, the reason why is because it's like, imagine this, Tom. Imagine like a Roman legionnaire had been resurrected in present day Britain.
Yeah.
Like, how much in common do you think Latin has with English? Like,
Exactly.
Probably not much, actually. You've got a point there.
that's kind
Actually,
of
I
that's
can
kind of
tell you-
Oak's situation.
I recently learnt a word in Latin. I know what executioner means in Latin now. Ain't that great?
Yeah,
Of course.
Of all the words to learn.
It's Carnifex.
So yeah,
of course you know what that word means.
yeah. Basically, like, Oak understands like bits of common because they're derived from the same language that he speaks fluently.
Yeah.
But like, there's a big chunk of it that he doesn't understand. So it's gonna like, if he wants to learn it, it's gonna take him. He's either gonna have to somehow find like a language pack that someone's made, which is unlikely given how few people know how to use that stuff nowadays. Or he's gonna have to spend a while learning it.
Can I
Like-
put in and say everyone might as well step forward now, because if he was gonna kill us, he would have done it already.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
No. You might be waiting for something.
Well, you puffed air in his face and you smell like shit.
Exactly.
I've been throwing coins around the room. If he was gonna kill us, he would have done it already.
Probably.
So, do the rest of you step forward?
I mean, if like anyone's gonna step forward, Oak would just follow them, just because like he doesn't really understand the situation. Because them two are speaking in common, and it's just like, oh, okay, everyone's coming out, I guess.
Yeah.
It's not because he's just told him to come forward.
Oh, knows Draconic, doesn't he?
You know
He does,
what?
yes.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna,
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna wait to see what happens here. I'm not gonna come out. I'm
I'm gonna
close to this fella.
suggest to Oak and Draconic then to come out. The
Okay.
same thing as what I've said, but in Draconic.
Oak's gonna like stand up and then just like do a friendly wave.
Hello, I'm here.
Yeah. Can't really do much else.
Tallboy says to kind of just the group of you, but like kind of looking at Barrow for longer. this one knows there are more of you. Where are they?
Oh, I've been rustled, haven't I? Also, he refers to himself as this one. Strange.
No, he looked at Barrow when he said that.
Oh, right. Fine. I guess I'll come out then.
Right. At this point, I don't think there's actually enough space in the room without like overcrowding for literally all of you to come into the room because there's another 5 of you in the corridor. Another 6 of you, include the closet. But
Can Oak like play with like all the little like guys just wandering about? Just be
they
like,
stopped
hi,
worrying about. They all went back into hiding as soon as burial was discovered.
Yeah, I want.
Ariel, you suck.
Reaver is gonna like slowly lift up the sack and be like, "Where's it gone? Where's the cute thing gone?"
You watch as like 2 kind of beady white eyes kind of open up and look at you.
Can I give you one of the coins that's on the floor?
You see kind of this little arm kind of snake out and grab it and then pull it back into the fabric of the sack.
Oh.
Adorable.
I want to keep like passing the coins that are on the floor to it.
It kind of it's still looking at you like very kind of cautiously, but it does kind of like greedily like snatch them all as you give them to it. But yeah, aside from that, what else are you guys doing?
I want to like keep just blowing the air in Burial's face. Each time she tries to talk, I'm just gonna like.
Because Oak's a robot, can he grin? Like, can he?
Yeah.
Yeah. He just big grin as you're doing it. And just go,
Well, he grins with his eyes because like the mouthpiece can't really move.
yeah.
So like you just see his like lenses like curve up a bit.
Happy eyes, and he's just going.
Exactly.
But yeah, yeah, Tallboy kind of looks Beryl and kind of then to the rest of you and says, yeah, if you hadn't caught on, what he said, he is able to read Beryl's thoughts at this point. He has told you that, and that's why I asked, do you think of Oak when this happens to you? Because I was like, well, you think of Oak, he's like, oh, there's another boy in the corridor that he knows about now.
Yeah. So wait till hours out.
Yeah. But yeah. It says, I know from the elf that you are not friends of these Kenku, you call them.
And we know you're not, because I saw you snap one's neck.
Oak still has no idea what y'all are about. He's just doing his own thing at this point.
You're just vibing.
Yeah. He's probably like trying to mess with the bat, like caught anger, and just like, come on.
Do it, do it, do it! I'm feeding the coins to this little thing. This little
Like
goat.
maybe using Druidcraft, like trying to make a faint smell of like fruit or like honey or something to try and get it out. Like, holy.
What, the bat?
Yeah.
That's the closet.
Is it?
Yeah.
Fucking.
The
think
closet turned into a bat to get across the corridor.
I think there's a thing on the coat rack one there that was like a thing.
Yeah, that's what I was on about,
yeah.
the coat rack.
Okay, yeah, no. There's an actual bat, and then there's a thing that's like a tapestry hanging from a coat rack that looks like a little bat when it's out.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
That's the thing.
Isn't the bat the closet?
There is a bat. There's the bat that's the closet, and then there's the thing on the coat rack that looks like a bat when it's out.
Yeah,
I'm trying to like.
I'll give you a little image of what he looks like.
I'm trying to do like little like sensory effects to just try and get it out.
I want the little thing. It's so cute.
He is.
Yeah, that's the little
Aw.
bat thing looks like.
Oh,
Ah.
Disguised as a tapestry kind of thing.
See, it's a good job he's decided to read your mind, Beryl, because Reavers would just be going, "They're so cute."
well, I think it's an elf thing more. So,
But yeah, yeah. Other than you two, we're just messing around with the lads on the floor. What are Burial and Crew doing at this juncture?
I'm going to ask this guy. May we know your goals in this place?
he's just like, no. No.
We wish to leave.
Wishes to leave. When?
Shadowfell's no place for these children.
Oh, he cares for them.
I'm assuming that you crossed over a rift to come here.
That is how we traveled before. Yes.
Would you be able to direct us towards this rift?
He kind of points with one. Like his arms are super fucking long, by the way. They're like a good 4 foot long, at least.
Oh.
And he kind of just points at one of the doors. The one that's locked, it looks like as well. There is a chamber that way.
Hmm.
Can I try and get the candle guy out? Like the little candle guy and just like try to snuff out his light and then like relight it? No, just like keep relighting him and just being like, friend, come out.
So the candle is currently lit already. It just looks like a candle to you. Do you turn the light off?
Well, can't I just like turn the light off and then turn it back on?
How close are you to it when you do this? Like, are you using your
Well-
hands or using Druidcraft?
Well, I'd be using Druidcraft just be like on, off, on, off.
You see kind of like its little beady eye kind of open up, and then its mouth, and it growls at you.
Oh, I turn it back on immediately, just like, no, I'm sorry.
Revert back into candle form. This is this is what he looks like. Give me 1 second.
Oh,
Ah. Max boy.
I love these creatures. They're so cute.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised the guy's not like concerned because I'm trying to mess with the creatures.
And I'm just on the
He's
floor feeding
plotting to
gold to
kill
one of
you.
them.
Hang on a second. I could have checked something real quick. How far into the room are you, Oak?
I guess like halfway between the entrance and halfway between like burial.
Okay.
Like slowly coming forward.
What's your passive perception?
It is 17.
17. Okay. Yeah. In that case, you notice as what would it be? Yeah, you see a scroll, kind of roll up to you, and you see the binding around it kind of snakes up your leg as it starts crawling up towards your gold pouch.
Ooh.
Oh,
You're just
Might
gonna
be
let
trying
it
to
do
steal
that?
your gold.
well, yeah, but it's cute, so I'm just gonna like pick it up.
Do you grab it?
Yes.
It's gonna try and bite you
Why?
because you grabbed it.
But it's trying to steal me gold.
For
So your
reference,
obsession with these strange creatures is going to get us killed soon, I reckon.
Probably.
that's what it looks like.
Oh,
Give me a second. I need to check its stats.
What are their actual names? Are they in the monster guide?
Technically, yes. However, I'm not going to reveal because this artwork isn't from the monster manual.
Well, I want to know. They're cute.
All right, fine, okay. So you're going to take 4 piercing damage.
well,
and...
is it gonna roll against like my AC or not?
Oh, that's a good point.
I was about to say,
Uh,
because like, if I'm just automatically taking damage at this point,
It's just trying to numb your hand.
yeah.
Bite your
I'm guessing a
fingernails.
10 doesn't hit.
Nope.
Yeah, so it bites ineffectually against the wood in your hand.
I'm just like stroking it. Like, shush, calm down.
It's you see kind of like it's the paper on it kind of like rustles and cracks, and it kind of like it hisses at you as it's trying to like desperately get away from you.
Well, I'll just put it back down on the ground.
You see it roll away and hide behind a box.
That's it.
And Toolboy kind of turns on you and says, "I would prefer it if you would leave my companions alone."
Well, again, Oak doesn't know what you're on about, so he's just gonna try like friendly wave again.
I'll tell Oak what he said. In Draconic.
Well, Oak's gonna tell you that he means no harm, and he's trying to like befriend people. To
Gonna
tell
tell
him that.
Yeah, tell Doppelgang that.
Toolboy kind of
Yeah, Doppelboy.
still looking at Oak, but knowing that Burial is translating, says, "They don't appreciate your attempts."
Then there's me still sat on the floor feeding 1 gold.
Yeah, you've run out of floor gold. So are you using your own money now, or are you kind of?
I'm using the
giving up
gold that I
on
stole off Burial 2 sessions ago.
Hey!
Fair enough. I can't remember how much gold that was actually.
18 gold and like 5 silver.
I don't think it was that much.
It was from the gelatinous cube.
That was the total. I think it was divided between you guys though.
Was it?
Actually,
No,
I think
No,
it
it was
silver,
like
wasn't it?
it was like quite a lot of gold, and then we divided it for like 18.
Yeah, 18.5 was how I got that much that I did. It was 18.5 per
Okay.
person.
Yeah, per person.
I was feeling generous that session.
Bad move.
Thing is, I didn't have that in my notes. I just rolled a D100. So,
I know how much gold I have.
Yeah,
Alright.
same.
Me too.
fair enough. So yeah, you do. Yeah, if Burial is like conscious of this fact, if you search for your belongings, you do feel your pockets are a lot lighter than they should be.
Wait, did you steal gold directly from me, or was it
Yep.
just?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
she made a slight hand check against your passive perception.
God damn it! How much was it again?
18.5.
18.5.
18 gold, 5 silver.
Okay.
And Oak knew because he has a higher passive perception.
Yep.
God damn it!
It's like you also see that sack of gold looks very familiar.
Now is not the time to discuss it. We'll
If
discuss
you
it later.
if you try and steal any Krug's money, he's going to hurt you.
What?
Yeah.
Don't try to steal any Krug's money, or he'll hurt you.
I did consider it, but my Reaver's frustration was more at Burial.
Yeah, exactly.
It also depends, Krug, if you ever find out.
Yeah.
That's true. Also,
Nice.
It's like, I'm just, feeding it gold. Burial's gold.
Oak's gonna walk over to the guy and like offer a handshake. Because like he can't really understand him, but he wants to know he's his friend.
Toolboy is going to make an insight check because that's a very forward move of you.
Oh, don't know that.
Oak's just like here to have fun. He's like trying to be
Potential
friendly.
friend! Here! Handshake.
Exactly.
There is a slight hesitation, but then he does kind of put out a hand to shake. Funny enough, like of all people to shake hands with this guy, you're the person who has the least kind of sensation of touch in your hands, bar potentially burial. But yeah, it's kind of like it doesn't like when you've like shaken. If you've ever like come into contact with your other companions, like this feels kind of the texture of its skin is kind of odd.
Yeah.
It almost feels like it's shifting. But yeah.
Oak would probably notice it, but like not react to it to try and make him feel a bit more welcome.
Fair enough. But yeah,
Has Krug stepped out yet?
I think I did.
yeah, you did.
I was gonna say Oak's gonna like sit down just to make sure like if any of like the little guys want to come out, he's just like there.
He just sat on the floor.
Yeah.
All right. What is your charisma score?
Mine?
Yes.
That's bad. It's -1.
Ooh.
Okay, is that a 9 or an 8?
9.
All right. So yeah, like they like most of these things appear kind of trepidatious around you because they're like, this guy's kind of strange. They're not used to seeing robot people. Yeah. Actually, yeah. Out of all of you, I think Burial has the highest charisma,
Which is saying something.
being a sorcerer.
Hey!
What's your charisma?
18, that's my charisma score.
Oh, mine's 16.
Yeah, I was gonna say because Burial's a sorcerer, so like she uses that to cast magic. It would make sense that she is strong in that particular stat. But yeah, among the various other objects, kind of now they kind of got used to you being here. You see kind of like a few of the other like items kind of sprout legs and start walking around. The dragon skull specifically has this kind of you see this kind of beady eye peeking out from one of the eye sockets, and this kind of amorphous black substance inside with legs charging around the room, chasing some of the other creatures.
Reaver's a little alarmed by that, considering it's a dragon skull.
I think I have like a level 22 shotgun if one of you wants
I'll
it.
try and get you a picture of what he looks like.
I've got a level 22 shotgun, that's pretty good if one of you wants it. Oh no, I'm not. Oh, I've already gave it to you, Dad.
But yeah,
It depends on the gun, but normally it will last you a good time if you got a decent
that's what it looks
one.
like.
Oh.
And then
It
also
should say in the above it.
when it's kind of charging around, it looks a little bit like this.
Who's talking?
I think it's someone in the background, Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
you charge.
Wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
he's chasing a few of the other creatures around.
What are these things? What are these things?
Do you ask Toolboy that?
Yes. As I'm still feeding gold to this one.
He says,
No.
I believe you call
I'm
them
not getting
mimics.
parts for a week weapon.
Mimics
There's
could
no
be anything.
point.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
You can't upgrade it once
Big
you've made it.
mimics can disguise themselves as houses.
Big ones can, yeah.
Once I see
These are a lot of small
one,
ones.
I'll give you the part.
But yeah, I basically I was inspired by a bunch of doodles that someone on Twitter called Pockets did. I was like, I'm gonna use this because this looks cool.
Yeah,
It is cool.
they're so cute. Why aren't these ones
But
trying
yeah.
to eat us like all the other mimics we've come across?
Toolboy kind of like gives you a quizzical look. Perhaps these ones are well fed.
Yeah, let's not. Keep feeding that one gold.
If you've got 1 silver, I'll trade you for
Yeah.
1 copper. I mean, if you've got 1 silver.
Yeah, here's a better resolution for some of the images that I'm copying bits from. Among some of the boys here are.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, that's
Oh.
all gone.
The sword one looks really cool.
Looks
Yeah, the sword one's
terrifying,
another
but
one
cool.
that's like the skull and the sword are chasing each other around a lot.
I like the bag fellow the best. He's my favorite.
Which one?
The bag one, the one with the coins. Oh, he's
Yeah.
my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, the way that he like hides under it as well. That's
Yeah.
adorable.
But yeah, you see kind of like most of the inanimate objects in this room, aside from like maybe the crates, are running around, getting up to various kind of hijinks. You see the loot that's kind of like split, like the neck, like almost like a crocodile. It's kind of like wobbling around, and you can see another like one of the cloak, like one of the cloaks is like playing it. And it's kind of making this weird noise because it's not quite. It's like it still looks like a loop, but at the same time, it's not correctly shaped. So it sounds kind of weird and discordant, but at the same time, all the other mimics around it seem to be kind of having a fun time.
I love these things. They're all so cute.
Yeah, they're adorable.
Like Reba actually says that. Like this, like they're really cool and cute and adorable.
But yeah, they're just kind of messing around. You see one of the pots kind of upends itself and starts wandering around. Kind of pops its legs out.
I like the loot one as well. He's like a crocodile. He's a baby.
But yeah.
Let's not try and steal this guy's babies.
No. Who's playing with them?
Yeah, okay.
Is that what you automatically assume when like someone come over and like play with your pets? Like,
Yes.
they're stealing them.
Yes. Suspicious all
I'm
the time.
feeding it gold. I'm not trying to take it for a walk.
But yeah, you see which one would it be? Probably yeah. So like the mimic with the like the gold bag one, kind of scuttles off and like tugs at the corner of the robe that Toolboy's wearing, and he kind of crouches down and puts his ear to it, and it kind of whispers something, and it says, "Some of them would like to introduce themselves."
Oh,
Okay.
All right.
babies. Yes. I'm sat down, so like, come.
All right. So, they kind of like all kind of like circle around you. Do you kind of like encourage anyone in particular, or do you want to just kind of let them do their thing?
Let them
Let
do
them
their
do their
thing.
thing.
Like, let them do the thing. Yeah, like I'm not gonna.
All right. So,
As long as
first
I'm
kind of
like wary of each one.
yeah, the candle kind of steps forward
Oh,
and just kind of shouts in this kind of high pitched voice, "Grab!" And then steps back. You watch one of the skulls with this kind of thing in it kind of pokes out, and you can see like his eye kind of pokes out one of the eye sockets, and it just says "Sodge."
such.
You watch fucking which one was that one? Yeah, one of the potions rolls over. Gilbert.
Oh,
Adorable.
One of the cloaks kind of glides down. Introduces itself as Riggs.
Riggs.
Yeah, it
The
kind of goes on
baby.
and on. There's all in all, there's about 20 of them, which individually introduce themselves as Zal, Bolg, Wilbur, Lek, Roy, Pry, Killy, Dave, Susan, Alan the Destroyer, Oblong,
I
Whitey,
want to know Alan the Destroyer.
Natters, Fink, and Kregel.
I was going to write down the names, but I can't be bothered.
I like
Wait,
Which
give you a
one's
list if you
Alan?
want.
Which
Yeah,
one's
Alan.
Alan?
Alan the Destroyer, that's the hat.
Oh,
What's the bag of gold called?
The bag of gold that's Susan.
Oh,
what's the sword called?
Sodge.
Sodge.
Oh, I think I'd probably like Oak could probably befriend like the candle and the sword most, just to be like, hi. Oh, and the bat because it's the ones that he's actually interacted with. But Sodge is like really cool.
But yeah, yeah, it kind of, and like yeah, Tall Boy kind of explains, we are void nomads. We wander between rifts and try to find safe places. This, unfortunately, is not one of them. We wish to leave as soon as possible.
Because we do know the way out, don't we? Well, in the sense
Yeah, but
of,
it's kind of blocked
in the
off.
sense of, yeah, the direction.
Yeah, you know a way out, but it caused a lot of issues last time. You're not sure if you could get back there now, given how fucked up the door
You
is.
drop that silver
Yeah.
there, and I'll drop my copper out. Thank you, Liam. Right. Thank you, Liam.
Okay. I'm going to say pleasure to meet you. Say that my
They all
name's
kind of
Reba.
like jump up and down.
Oh,
Any.
Most of them don't get your name quite right, but they try to.
oh,
There's about 6 different variations going around the group, and they kind of all confer.
I'm going to point to Oak and say, that's Oak.
Yeah, you see a few of them kind of like give him a side eye, kind of like
wow.
not so sure about this one. But they seem kind of generally excited.
I'm going to
Oh,
say,
babies.
I'm going to try and say he's like very nice and just wants friends.
Yeah, a couple of them kind of shrug as best they can.
I'm going to point to Burial and say that's Burial. And then point to Krook and that's Krook, and obviously so on and so forth.
Right.
after you've done introductions and from the doorway, the rest of the party will also introduce themselves. The closet does not, the closet does not introduce itself. It's somewhere else, invisible. You can hear like the flutter of bat wings in the distance. But yeah,
Can we at least mention that we know a way out, but it's kind of blocked? Because they might be able to do something to get through it.
Tallboy says, "In disguise, I've been through most of this place. This is the furthest we've reached. However, if the place you're talking about is indeed the way out, I believe that is, from what I've heard from the other individuals here, it's broken."
Yes. Great so.
What about going back the way you came in?
The other side is rough. I'm not sure how long we'd stay out there.
Do you have an idea of what's out there? How rough are we talking?
There's a number of monstrosities in the Shadowfell far worse than those of us in this room.
Okay, that doesn't sound good.
Nope. Let's avoid falling through the portal. Oh, have you seen a very tall humanoid? Hold on. Where's the description? A 20-foot shadow creature with horns. Have you seen that at all?
It kind of looks at you concerned and says, "No. Should I?"
Probably not. Probably not.
Also, I think it's like one of the first times you've actually mentioned this to most of the party.
Oh.
Given half of them were unconscious when it first happened.
Oh, I did mention it. Okay.
Yeah, we kind of have an issue where we meet new people, we don't exactly introduce ourselves and what we're doing here very well.
Yeah.
Toolboy just kind of shrugs. I prefer not to introduce myself at all if I can.
Okay, so...
I got a handshake, so Oak's actually like happy as hell. Just from that.
I just want to play with other little creatures.
Yes.
You two be adults and figure out what's going on.
I don't know. Oh wow, all the names.
Have we actually, like, asked where he is from?
I mean, I'm assuming he's from the Shadowfell. Or he's travelled through the Shadowfell to get there. You say that you've been travelling through. You've been searching these ruins. Have you
Have you come across
found
any
anything?
rifts?
Well, obviously they came through one.
I meant any more.
Yeah.
He shakes his head.
Only one rift. That's good. Have you found any places that might be of importance? Have you found anything that seems to be a workshop or an armory? And how many?
It shrugs and says, "I would not recognize one if I saw one."
Fair enough. What about the cultists you have encountered? Are there many?
He nods his head.
Are
He
they
might be in the basement. or something.
armed with?
Did you lock the door?
Should be your ability.
You saw him
He's
lock the
the
door.
only one
Oh.
who's finding llamas.
Rocket launchers. That's it.
Like, it's honestly amazing.
Reva,
like,
could you show
llamas you
ask
found,
Reva
so
to show
thank you for
him
your
the rocket
ability.
launcher and ask, has he seen anyone equipped with these?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Right now, I'm mining
Show
a
the
llama
rocket
without sun now.
He says a few, though I do not understand what it does.
Makes things go boom.
It kind of
And I put it back
like
in my
gives
bag.
you a look
There
of like,
should be an
okay.
area, like a question mark area, where you should find a medkit.
All right.
If we
I
go
think
through
only
that
you
door,
can do it since you
kill
are the first
everything
one
on the
to
other
find them.
side. I assume that's the direction we're supposed to be going. I wasn't really listening when you said what we could and couldn't go through.
There's 2 doors. He locked one.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
If
Oh,
we,
no, you talk.
because that rifts through that locked door, obviously we need to go through it and stop that rift. Yay, being heroes and all that crap. If we kill everything on the other side of that door, then come and tell you, then you can go through the rift, and then we can close it up after you've gone through.
They don't want to go through the rift. They've come out of the rift. They don't want to go back in.
They've come into our world and they don't want to be here through that rift. The other area that they wanted to, that we said was a way out, was the other rift that we closed.
No.
They don't want to be in this realm that we're in. So if they go back,
Yeah.
if they go back the way they came, then they can leave.
They'll just end up.
You guys can
We've-
make an insight check to determine whether what you're assuming is correct. Given there's a disagreement between the two of you as to what you've interpreted this to be.
What is it, insight? We could also just ask him again.
Good, yeah. Yeah, you like thinking about his conversation. You realise he said on a couple of occasions that they left the Shadowfell on purpose.
I gave
They
my
didn't want to be there anymore.
Okay.
Good job, guys.
Then if we close
And
that...
when he's talking about when you said the other
Might
side,
get those, but
he
those
inferred that to be
recipes
through the
now,
Shadowfell, not through the other door.
Hopefully.
Well, either way, we need to make a way out. We need to go in that direction either way. So if we clear it out and find a way out, we can go back and tell them.
Yeah.
No. Try and find the most you can.
Excuse me. Double sneeze.
Bless you.
Fuck. But yeah. He kind of shrugs and says, "The sooner you leave, the less danger we're in." So.
Fair enough.
From what we've seen in this place, you're in danger whether we're here or not.
There are quite a few monsters lurking about.
Can we describe the one that had its arm blasted off?
Yeah, we probably should.
And we can just actually, I'd say we could describe the one we killed. But I'm just going to point at the head that's on Crew's javelin.
Nice.
Yeah, it just says, "We've avoided worse."
Fair enough.
Well, we can... Well...
Actually, hang on. I want to see if he can...
Also, I want to point out it's 10 minutes past 5.
Yeah, probably gonna...
Oh.
Okay, humanoid. Okay, in that case it can't. Yeah, he was gonna show you, but he can only transform into humanoids.
What?
But yeah, when he says void, he like brief transforms
Because
back
I
into
might
cultist.
down the flex or something valuable. I don't know why they do that.
But yeah,
I thought everything in
Yeah.
the Shadowfell was supposed to be mean.
They might not have started out in the Shadowfell.
Oh.
Because he said they were void nomads.
yes, he did.
So they've been
They
using
just,
rifts
I was
to
just going to
travel
say
around.
they go between different planes, do they?
Yeah.
Alright, okay.
When you guys mention this, kind of Dale pipes up, and she says, "I've definitely heard that term before, and yeah, there's different types, but generally speaking, they use rifts or crossings to get between places quicker. Because I'm not sure if you guys are super aware, but typically other planes have weird geometry. If you do it right, you can get places a lot faster. However, it's a lot riskier, as you can imagine.
Oh my god, it's the bloody war. Again. Okay.
Fruit goes to meet corn. Very nice.
No, please, no.
Oh, then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what's through the other door? And I point to the one that he's not locked.
He kind of shrugs and says, "Not many people there, but other than that, I couldn't really describe it to you. This building is unfamiliar to me."
Should we?
Invite him to the party and just add another one.
No. Let's.
No, leave him here.
Yeah. No.
Protect the children.
Protect the children. Should we head straight towards the rift, or should we try and clear out the other case first?
We could go the other way and see if there is a way up that way.
Yeah. Want to do that, guys?
So is the plan to go through the unlocked door?
Yes.
Alright. In that case, I think it's a good time to stop.
Alright.
Nice.
Aww.
It's and I've got other stuff to do today, so...
I want to place my face down on a pillow and sleep, to be honest. I got up at like 6 or something to let the dog out.